Hello friends, welcome to the Dark World channel. I am telling the cell quiz questions. There is a very important questions. Now I am telling the first question name. Who discovered the cell in 1665? I think you all know friends. This is the very easy question. The answer is Robert Hooke. Here you can see the answer is Robert Hooke. Now we can see the second question. What is the basic structural unit and the building blocks of the living organism? Basic structural. It is the basic units of the structural functions of the living blocks. That is called is cells. Is very easy. This very easy bit that is important also. The answer is cells. Next question. Name the organisms which are made up of single cell. Which organism have single cell? Which organism have single cell? That is known as unicellular. Uni means one, cellular means cell, which means unicellular. Multicellular means many. Cellular means cell, many cells. I think you all understand this. Amoeba. Amoeba is an example of unicellular organism, multicellular organism, static organisms, none of these. I think this is the very easy bit and also important. Amoeba has no shape in organism. It is the only one cell. One cell means we call them as unicellular. Please remember this. Unicellular means one cell. Multicellular means many cells. Next, name the jelly-like substance that makes up the most of the inside of a cell. Jelly-like substance in the cell that is we called as cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like liquid in the cell that is called cytoplasm. Next, name the cells which does not have well-defined nuclear membrane. Which do not have well defined nuclear membrane, which means nuclear membrane. Nucleus also have a nuclear membrane, cell have a cell membrane. He asking about the nuclear membrane. Prokaryotic, eukaryotic, symbiotic, none of these. Prokaryotic means primitive cell. Eukaryotic means true cell. Primitive cell don't have any nuclear membrane. It was in the nucleus also have nucleoplasm. We call it as nucleoplasm mixed with the cytoplasm. That is called primitive cell, which means we call as prokaryotic cells. The longest cell in the human body. That is the main bit. Please remember this bit is given in the any exams. The longest cell in the human body is nerve cell. Nerve cell or a neuron. We call as nerve or a neuron cell. This is the very important bit. Please remember. Eighth question. Name the dense spiraculum. Spiracular means circular. The body located in the center of the cell. In the center of the cell, we call that as cytoplasm, cell wall, nucleus, none of these. We call them as nucleus. We call them as it is the control center of the cell. We call that as the control center. Name the thread-like structure present in the nucleus. The thread-like structure, which means fiber-like structure, we call them as chromatin, but the option is wrong. No problem. In the chromosomes also there, in the nucleus also, we particularly call them as chromatin. Please remember. Okay, go to the 10th one. Which of these is the multicellular? I told the multicellular means many cells. Paramecium is like an amoeba, single cell, bacteria also single cell, amoeba single cell, mushroom it has we can see which has many cells. That is the answer of the mushroom. The egg of an hen egg. The egg of an hen egg. The egg, the cell which we can see with our eyes, That cell is egg. Egg is a single cell. It is a single cell. Hence egg we call as the cell. Please remember, any egg we call them as cell. Which is the biggest egg in the world? Ostrich egg. Which is the biggest cell in the world? Ostrich eggs. Ostrich egg is the known as cell, which is the biggest cell. That is the main important. Please remember this bit. Which of these is not present in an animal cell? In animal cell, which is not present? Mitochondria is there it is there in a plant or the animal. Nucleus also chloroplast. It is the chloroplast cell membrane. Cell membrane having only animal cell, not there in plant cell. Chloroplast also same, but chloroplast is the main. Then the cell membrane. Chloroplast is the main one. The answer is chloroplast. Which of these is the unicellular organism has no defined nucleus? Which is not unicellular? Unicellular means one cellular organism which has no defined shape. It has, I told, amoeba has no defined shape. It is no definite shape. It can change its shape anytime, any way. That's all. It is no defined shape. It is the one cellular organism, unicellular. Answer is amoeba. Next, the 14th bit. Name the small spherical body that present inside the nucleus. Name the spherical body. Spherical, it told, means circular. The body present inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus we call as nucleolus, which we call nucleolus. Nucleoplasm means a gel-like liquid in the nucleus. That is called nucleoplasm. Outer layer of the nucleus is called as nuclear membrane. Vacuole is the air bubble we call as vacuole. This is the last bit, is the bonus bit. Actually, it is the very important bit. Which of these is the control center of the cell? Control center, I told nucleus is the control center of the cell. We call as nucleus. Cytoplasm is jelly-like liquid. Protoplasm, it is also jelly-like. Mitochondria, that is the main, it is the powerhouse. We call it as powerhouse of the cell. Please remember, this is the main bit.